Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special broadcast of the Fat Entitled Bastards. We're going to do a unique new episode, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to make these parts of the episodes completely independent. So this is actually our first episode of Fat Entitled Bastards versus...
Let's get ready to throw down!
I love the throw down.
On the background is the Crow, and I think that's the chick from fucking Unforgiven
Is
with
it?
Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman.
Oh, shit.
I
wish Ronin was on right now. They're throwing
Ronin is,
commercial for
like
that.
I said,
It's a
El Rey is
phenomenal
fucking
movie.
low-key one of the
It's a
best.
phenomenal movie.
It's wonderful. I was gonna say Shenanigans, and then I was like, no, it's not.
No, Ronin is a
It's
really good
fucking
movie.
great.
So on today's episode is going to be Game of Thrones Tournament of Champions.
Nice.
Dun, dun, dun. What we're going to do is we're going to have 8 fights, and we're going to walk through them. And then we're going to have a quarterfinals.
Ooh.
Where the winners of our 8 fights are going to fight against each other to go to the semis. And then we're going to have one good old-fashioned battle royale to decide who's the most baddest ass person from all of Game of Thrones.
Are we saying the top 4 in a battle royale, or just the 2?
No, we're actually going to go down to 1.
We're going to go down to 1. Okay.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Alright.
So, first of all, who's your favorite character in Game of Thrones?
I like...
Stop yawning.
I know, I'm sorry. I like Arya Stark. I think she's got some good fight in her. I think she's seen some shit before. I don't think she... Well, I don't know. I don't know if she stands a chance against, like, some of the more sadistic, like, huge contenders of Game of Thrones.
Why
but,
doesn't she?
well, and I guess now she technically does with her experience with the god with no face. Was it the faceless god?
Jaqen Hagar is the
Jaqen
man with no
Hagar.
face.
The
The
man
god with no face is the god that they worship.
Right. So that whole brotherhood, I think she has some good experience there, and I'd be curious to see like what kinds of like shit she gets into. However, I don't know. What about you guys? What's your favorite?
Mine, he's a dead character, of course, but I mean, like, I liked him from the beginning, ever since I first started watching. It was Ned. I mean, the thing that sucked was, man, it sucked.
Precious
It really
Ned.
did. Because you did
Ned
not see it coming, and then that's when I
Ed
knew.
on stock.
But that's when I knew that this show, no character was safe. That's when I knew no character was safe.
Yeah, they
but
said
Ned has always been my favorite, and that's from the get-go when my man chopped my man's head off at the beginning, and that's what got me hooked.
My favorite character right now is Cersei Lannister.
Ugh.
Fair enough.
That's a good one, though.
She
like,
has
Cersei is a
been
baller.
low-key the master
She's
manipulator.
the master manipulator,
She is.
man.
Which
Truly.
I can enjoy.
Yeah, but I mean, you could see that. You could see that from her from the beginning, though. I mean, like, she's been.
But especially
manipulating
this
from the
last
beginning.
season.
This last
episode,
season, yeah.
Dude.
This last season, that was like masterful. It was a masterpiece. What she did.
It was such a coordinated and epic stroke. Like, I'm just... Like, she, to me, is the end-all, be-all of Game of Thrones. She's all about that Iron Throne. And it took her 6 seasons, but she's finally on the throne as the queen. Yas,
She made it. Yes, queen. Yes, queen.
So,
Shame.
Shame.
the possession of shame. Alright, so, we have 8 fights. Then we're going to take down to quarterfinal, semifinal, and final. Alright? And we're going to seed them based on their numbers. So we're not going to make better fights just because they're better fights. We're literally going to say 1 against 8, 2 against 7, so on and so forth.
Okay.
Alright?
Name out the seeds so people know what's going down.
So number 1
They
would
can
be
make their brackets.
Euron Greyjoy versus Ramsay Bolton.
I think those are your 2 favorite characters, Matt.
Okay.
I like the bad guys.
What's the next fight?
Bronn of the Blackwater versus Arthur Dayne.
Oh.
Number 3 is Khal Drogo versus the Red Viper, Oberyn Martell.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Number 4 is Tormund versus Brienne of Tarth.
That's a good fight. That's a good
That
fight.
ship there. You like how that turned out? Number 5 The Hound versus Jorah Mormont.
That's a good fight.
Number 6, The Mountain versus 1-1. Number 7, The King of the North, whose name is Snow, versus Jaime Lannister with 2 hands.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And number 8 is our fight of the fight. I think this is low-key going to be the hardest decision.
Yeah.
The Man with No Face, Jaqen Hagar, versus Cold Hands, Uncle Benjen. And we have a super fight.
What's the super fight?
The super fight is the Onion Knight versus the Blackfish.
Fair enough.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with no forward pre-boating towards what we're going to do, who do you think is going to be the winner of this tournament?
Yes. That's tricky.
Man, I don't even know right now. If I had a choice right now, and at the state of what Game of Thrones is in right now, I'm gonna say Jon Snow.
Special K?
So, in thinking about this whole lineup, it's hard. Okay, I honestly will probably go with Jaime Lannister,
Ooh.
which I know is indirect. And that's
Ooh, I can't wait when we get to that
Great
fight.
choice.
Jaime
That's a great
Lannister-
choice, though. It's a great
Jaime
choice.
Lannister with 2 hands, but yeah.
It's a great choice.
I am going to be the bastard of bastards at the moment. And I'm going to choose my winner for the tournament. It's going to be the Mountain.
The Mountain.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, he kind of
Okay.
is.
Well, no. I mean, like he's taking out his fair share of key.
My man's
characters,
crushes
so.
skulls and
He's
defies
crushing
death.
skulls and he defies death, but
Because he turns into a fucking...
So-
he's never fought a White Walker.
Round 1. Fight! Euron Greyjoy versus Ramsay Bolton.
Euron Greyjoy versus Ramsay Bolton.
So I'll put mine out there.
Go ahead.
So,
Curious.
Euron hasn't had a lot of screen time,
No.
but he's had a lot of book time.
He has.
And he is the guy who took the Iron Throne from a very viable successor, right? And in fact, he says those words like, "Where are my niece and nephew? We're going to go murder them," or whatever. Right? But you don't ever, like, with the exception of one kill, do you get to see him do a bunch of stuff.
No.
But you've seen a lot of shit come out of Ramsay. And he's handy in a fight, as in that he's killed his fair share in combat as well.
Yes.
So my pick out of this fight, no matter how much I love Euron Greyjoy, I'm going to take Ramsay Bolton because of the fact that he's been in battles. He stood there with no armor on in that bay where what's her name, Yara Greyjoy was trying to take her brother back,
rescue Reed.
and he was standing there just with his weapons
Yes.
and no armor, and he was ready to throw down. And he has been the single most sadistic character in this entire series.
This motherfucker
I'm taking
doesn't care.
Ramsay Bolton.
Well, I mean, like, just on those points alone, I mean, like, I think we're all going to be in conjunction with this. I really do. Ramsay Bolton has put in work. He's put in that work. I mean, you've seen it on screen. I just say, I say Ramsay myself.
No, I feel...
That's me. I think that's an easy...
I feel like
easy
Ramsay,
thing.
just because even if he couldn't, like... Even if he personally couldn't take someone, like, he would get someone else to be like, hey, I'm going to manipulate you into doing my bidding. So, I don't know. I think where Euron Greyjoy is... where Euron's bold, Ramsay is, like, really clever. So he's going to
Good point.
go get him.
Round 2. Fight. Bronn of the Blackwater versus Sir Arthur Dayne.
Oh, God. I remember.
So, I'll say my piece is that Sir Arthur Dayne is the greatest swordsman of lore, right?
Right.
He's the guy that everybody says he's a great swordsman, but he's no Sir Arthur Dayne. The only guy who fights with 2 swords and dominates. But my man, Bronn of the Blackwater, is cunning. And he uses everything to his disposal. And if it were just a straight up fight, right, like it is, like, maybe Arthur Dayne kills him. But I know Bronn pulls out a knife or a shiv or something, a rock or something like that. And he wins that fight just on sheer determination of being underhanded. He is the Ric Flair of The fucking
I say that like you said. I mean,
dirtiest player in the game, baby.
Yeah. I mean, like
you gotta beat the man to beat the man.
In a straight up fight, I mean, like let's say Sir Arthur Dane doesn't cheat.
He doesn't.
Not Sir Arthur Dane.
He doesn't.
Not Sir Arthur Dane, but
Braun would never not cheat.
Let's say he doesn't cheat, and he's in a straight up fight with Sir Arthur Dane. Sir Arthur Dane's gonna beat him. Period. But I just see Braun the Blackwater picking up some sand out of the ground as he's faking like he's hurt. And Sir Arthur Dane getting ready to cut off his head, and he throws that sand in his eyes and then slits his throat. That's the shit. That's the kind of shit I see out of Braun the Blackwater. That's the kind of shit I see. So, I mean, I totally feel that. I'm going to pick Braun the Blackwater.
So, I feel like while Braun is, like, super determined and super clever and super resourceful, Sir Arthur Dane is, with his 2 fucking swords, like, he's just a bona fide badass. Like, he's one of those fighters that it's like, I almost wonder if he would see through Braun's tricks and tactics that he's been doing.
He didn't see through that knife in the back of his throat.
Nope. As a matter of fact, he kept one of my favorite characters alive.
True.
He kept him alive.
But I feel like with his level of experience and his in like an actual hand-to-hand combat situation, I'm gonna vote for Sir Arthur Dane.
Split decision for
For
Braun.
Truth.
Yeah.
Round 3. Fight. One of my favorite fights in this whole thing. It's Khal Drogo versus Oberyn Martell.
Oh.
Right? Because there's a lot of different things to consider.
There's a lot of things.
Khal Drogo is vicious.
He's very vicious.
Badass and calculating and just fucking just the dude, right?
He had to kill to get where he's at.
If Oberyn hadn't gotten cocky, he would have killed the mountain.
Yes, he would have.
Like, he did kill the mountain.
He did kill the mountain.
But he got cocky and got killed. So, based on sheer martial prowess alone, I'm going to take the Red Viper over Khal Drogo because I feel like with the spear against the sword and the way that he manipulated that spear, that Khal would have never gotten close to him. And then he would just ate him up. And with the venom on the back, on his blades and the poison and stuff like that, I feel like he would have put down Khal Drogo. I will say this, not only just put him down with ease. And that's where I'm going with that. I'm going to take Oberyn Martell.
Okay. Here's my take on this. The Dothraki, they're fucking warriors just like he is.
Barbarians, man.
Barbarians.
They're hardcore.
They're fucking hardcore.
They're savages. Like,
if he gets inside that spear, which I think he takes a whole Mike Tyson kind of thing to it.
Here's my thing, though.
If he gets inside that spear...
The mountain didn't get inside of that until he was already dead.
Yeah, but he's slower than Khal Drogo. Khal Drogo's a little bit faster.
Yeah.
He's a trained killer. He had to get through warriors to get that motherfucking title.
Like, look how that fucking...
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Brain,
I mean, like,
to
get that
braid,
title, you have to kill
fuck.
somebody.
Yeah.
And it's just like... Or kill people, not just one person. He had to kill people. This man has people under his belt. I'm taking Khal Drogo in this fight. I just see this man using his warrior instinct to get inside this man and rape him.
Quincy, I agree with you because I feel like in order to okay, so this Khal's fucking braids are his braid is long as fuck. And like I think he has experience fighting in a multitude of situations, and he's not as big as the mountain, so he can move more, with more agility. And it's one of those things where, honestly, like I think.
Can we honestly say that Khal Drogo has not come up against somebody skilled with a spear before? Can we honestly say that?
Yes.
Who?
Yeah.
Because the region that he hails from are not spear users, and there's never been a case where you said that the Khals come up against an Unsullied, and when they do come up against an Unsullied who use exclusively spears, they get fucking slaughtered. There wouldn't be,
but it's because
we're talking about Khal Drogo.
Yeah,
we're talking about that they're horsemen, right? And if you look at traditional battle tactic, right, what is the way to defeat cavalry?
Well, yeah, you use a long spear or...
Right, so here's my thing, is that Khal Drogo uses a scimitar, and he uses his battle prowess to do that, right? But then you can't say that Oberyn Martell doesn't also have battle prowess, because he comes from a generation that just fought a war. And he was a hero of that war.
True.
And that he is single-handedly the best warrior from that nation out of that. Right? So if there's anybody who can use a spear, it's that guy.
Oh, true.
And so with the combination of the venom, the spear, and the battle prowess, if you take across warrior to warrior, they're the same kind. They're not the same kind of warrior, but the same amount of warrior.
I'm still taking Khal Drogo.
Yeah, I would.
Warrior spear.
It's okay. I've already put him in. I've already put him in the
Warrior
bracket.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'm saying that is a much closer fight than you're thinking.
It's very. No. I think it's very close. But I mean, I don't think the Viper takes him out that quick.
I think the Viper just annihilates him.
I don't think so.
But Khal Drogo takes on split decision.
Okay.
Number 5. The Hound versus Jorah Mormont. So for me, the Hound is one of my favorite characters. It's not just that he's the brother of the Mountain.
This is a tough fucking fight.
Right?
Though. This is tough.
But it's that he's just as vicious as he could possibly be. And he doesn't give a fuck about the rules. He doesn't give a fuck about your goals or your propaganda or your mentality. The Hound just kills people. That's what he does. Right?
He's that guy that likes
He's the best at what he does.
Burn.
He's the Wolverine of that generation.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, Jorah Mormont had some very high qualities to him as far as being a fighter. He survived the pits. He beat the Grey Men. He's done...
He survived the war.
He survived the friend zone. He still lives in the friend zone.
Oh, yeah.
He's very hardcore Marcus in the friend zone. Right? And, but on sheer viciousness, the ability to stay alive, and battle prowess, I'm going to take the Hound in a close fight, but he absolutely brutalizes Jon Mormont at the end of the fight. Like decapitation, or rips his face off, or gouges out his eyes, or some shit like that.
Cuts off his dick.
I totally agree.
Friend zone. Yeah,
I don't think the Hound comes out of this unscathed by no means. I think this man...
He's going to be hurt, but he's going to win.
Be hurt, but he's going to win. He's going to win, for sure.
On sheer size alone, too, I mean, like, the Hound's a big dude. He's not the Mountain, but he's still a big dude, and I feel like I guess Jorah Mormont is not the nice guy, when it comes to actual fighting, but the Hound is, like, the total opposite, and is like, I don't give a fuck. I want to eat all the fucking chickens.
But he's got swordsmanship, though. He has swordsmanship.
No, you're right.
He can use any weapon, though.
Oh, true, but he has skills with weapons.
Jorah is a House of Mormont representative, and if you remember the original leader of the Night Watch, right, that was a Mormont.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that they pride themselves on swordsmanship, so you're going to be very hard to find a better swordsman than a Mormont, right? And Jorah has proven himself time and time again against battle. Mm-hmm. He is an excellent candidate.
Well, he raped some motherfucking Dothraki too, so
but
we saw that. I just think
the Hound prides himself on annihilating groups of people.
The fear ferociousness of the Hound is just he's going to overwhelm.
You're absolutely right. He's a ferocious.
He's kind of a psycho. Yeah, he's just kind of like, I'm gonna fuck all the rules, kill all the people.
And he loves chicken.
He does live. He wants all the fucking chickens.
And the chickens.
And the ale.
Mm-hmm.
So, unanimous decision.
The
Hound.
The Hound.
Round 6. Fight!
Who do we have?
The Mountain versus 1-1.
Oh, fuck. Alright, I know.
Hold on, wait. We didn't specify which mountain. Are we talking about Zombie Mountain or any mountain?
We're talking about the original Mountain.
The original mountain. Okay.
Before he was a zombie. Before he was dead.
Okay. The mountain.
You could even include Zombie Mountain. Like if you're gonna wage one way or the other, let's just put it this way. Zombie Mountain and Mountain have no differences.
They really don't. Because they don't speak one. They don't speak. They're fucking ferocious as fuck.
What's ferocious, by the way?
Ferocious. Fucking, you know what I mean. Ferocious, goddammit. Ferocious, goddammit. Whatever. But this motherfucker, he's gonna humiliate 1-1. If he gets him in that position.
So I actually think it's a hardcore battle. And speaking of from the last episode, Blade Runner, that's the cop from Blade Runner that's partnered with on Crow.
Oh, that's right.
So For me, 1-1, player of the game, Battle of the Bastards. He is the giant of giants. He is Andre the Giant, if you will, of battle. But the cruelty, the viciousness and efficiency that comes with the mountain, I think that the mountain kills him after a tough battle. I don't think he takes a lot of damage, but I think that the mountain ultimately beheads him or cleaves him across the belly or something like that. Ultimately, I just don't think that the 1-1's battle prowess is as strong and his cruelty is not as good as 1-1's. Or 1-1's is not as good as his.
The mountain.
No, it's not as cruel.
So it's the same thing too. Where I honestly don't know if the mountain is going to behead 1-1, but I do think like he's gonna get him in a soft spot, and it's because unfortunately, I think 1-1 has just been told what to do forever, and the mountain possesses the ability to like makes battle decisions on his own, and he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna slay this motherfucker. So, de facto, mountain is the winner.
Mountain.
Unanimous decision.
The mountain.
Number 7. The King of the North. Whose name is Stark. Jon Snow. Versus Jaime Lannister with both of his hands.
Ooh.
And so, also, when we talk about Jon Snow, are we talking about in like the most recent season?
The most recent Jon Snow.
We're talking about Jon Snow. Period.
The most baddest ass Jon Snow you could possibly put forward.
Period.
Okay, because obviously there's a lot of character development there, and
There
I
might
think
be some
certain
character
things have changed.
development, but Jon fucking Snow, he.
Yeah, but like, okay, if we were to have put Jon
Fuck all
Snow
that.
season 1 versus
let's take
season
1.
There's you have a point.
No.
She has a point.
She
No,
does
this
have
is-
a point. Let's
this is
take
the thing.
season 1 Jon Snow.
because he would be.
Let's take season 1 Jon Snow.
He hasn't lived enough. He hasn't killed White Walkers
Let me
yet.
put it to
He
you like
hasn't
this.
had to like
if
do
you're
a bunch of
bastard, if you're a bastard, let's be real here.
You're
if you're
a
a bastard in the motherfucking 7 kingdoms, you are looked at as the minority. You are the shit of shit. You like literally. Like this kid has had to live with this his whole life.
But he hasn't had actual battle experience yet until he has to have battle experience.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
I'm talking about
whoa.
the most baddest ass Jon Snow
think-
we could
okay.
possibly
Are we talking
put
about the
forward.
most baddest ass Jon Snow?
King of the North?
King of the North, Jon Snow.
Yes.
And we're talking about Jon Snow that fucking took out
Versus
a
the
White Walker
Kingslayer.
versus the Kingslayer.
And here's the thing: is you're gonna pump up Jon Snow. At the same time, I'm gonna pump up Jaime Lannister.
Well, you can pump up Jaime Lannister, but let's put it to you like
no,
this.
No. Wait a second.
We haven't really
Wait a
seen
second.
Jaime Lannister kill
Yes, you
anyone.
have.
Who?
Yeah.
Season 1, he single-handedly annihilates everybody up to Ned. Jaime Lannister's battle prowess has been proven under the previous war.
To the point that people are like, "Oh, your armor's so shiny, Jaime Lannister." And
Who
it's,
really
it's
have we
because
seen
he hasn't
Jaime
been fucking
Lannister kill
hit.
on screen?
Here's the thing: is it doesn't have to be
Who?
on screen. It's all time.
I know it's
Yeah.
all time.
And with 2 hands, here's the other thing too, right?
I know it's all time.
He's the commander of the Lannister army,
Yeah.
and he's that way not because of blood, but because of battle prowess. Captain of the Kingsguard, he's the Kingslayer, killed the most despised king of all time, right? Jaime Lannister is no punk.
But he's also a bitch.
How?
Because he's a part of the Kingsguard, right?
Kingsguard's not bitches either.
Yeah, they're not. But they're supposed to guard their king. So, he killed his own king.
The bad king?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
was
he
he
killed the Mad King, so
wait,
the fuck what?
quick clarifying question. Was he on the
He killed the
Kingsguard when
Mad
he
King.
killed- what?
So the fuck what?
He was the
That's only
captain
one
of the
with-
Kingsguard.
That's the
Okay.
only one with
With-
prowess he's ever killed.
That's why he's the Kingslayer.
Yeah, he might be the King Slayer, but who the fuck is the Mad King?
He killed the
He's-
king.
Yeah, dude, he's strategic as
Yeah,
fuck.
he killed the king who has no fucking real prowess.
So check this out, right? Do you know how the king became the king?
How?
He rode dragons into that bitch.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
He killed
And he-
slays people with
with
wildfire.
yeah.
He is not a punk.
Yes.
Like Jaime
He
Lannister.
killed people with wildfire, but he didn't outswordsman fucking Jaime Lannister. Which makes me think that nobody really saw Jaime Lannister really kill this man. They just know that Jaime
Yes, he did.
Lannister killed him.
They showed it. Yes, they did.
They showed him kill
Yes, they did.
the king.
Yes, they did.
No.
Flashback. Yes, they did.
Flashback when?
Flashback season 6.
I want to see that shit right now. It should be on YouTube. Show me that shit right now. Show me that shit right now. Because Jamie Lannister has never killed anyone on screen. Never. He's got his hand cut off on screen.
Not true.
He's got humiliated on screen.
Like,
Not true.
He's fought with like a bunch of...
Who?
Braun.
Braun what? In a little practice sword match with one arm?
No. When they were trying to... When they landed on blah, 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 and they had to kill a bunch of the guards, and they were like, well, we gotta make this look inconspicuous. And that's only when he had one hand. He and Braun took on like 6 dudes, remember?
Hey, guess what? Suck it.
Okay.
Suck it.
The dude won't fighting back.
The Mad King, I kicked the...
Mad King won't fighting back. He just slayed him.
But he's the dragon riding, wildfire blazing, limousine riding.
He never like got into a full sword fight with his man. Dude, fuck that. We're talking about Jon Snow right now. Fuck that shit.
I think
we've seen Jon Snow.
I think you just have a huge boner for Jon Snow.
We've seen we've seen it though. We've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen Jon Snow fight a Walt Walker.
Shut the fuck up.
We've seen Jon Snow fight a fucking Walt Walker. Cut that motherfucker in half. We've seen Jon Snow fight fucking zombies. We've seen Jon Snow fight fucking giants. We've seen Jon Snow fight a horde of fucking wildlings.
So, alright.
We've seen Jon Snow take out Ramsay Bolton his fucking self.
So this is...
Not himself, but he didn't take him out, but he beat the shit out of him.
This is the deal
this dude, Jon Snow, would fucking rape him.
This is the deal with Jon Snow in season 6. He's like, yeah, I've seen some shit. I'm real pissed off about a lot of things. I'm gonna defend my position in the North. So I'm gonna take Jon Snow in this fight.
I'm taking Jon Snow.
Simply because he's seen so much shit and he's like so pissed off. And I realize when you get to a point in your life when you're just like, you know what? Fuck it all. Like, dude died and came back and he's just like, fuck it all. Like, he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. Like, I think that's the Jon Snow that would kill two-handed Jaime Lannister.
Jon Snow. Matt?
I'm taking Jon Snow.
Okay.
Unanimous Jon Snow.
Unanimous Jon Snow. I don't even know why this is a fucking argument.
Well, I mean, we had to make the cases for both.
You can make the case for fucking Jaime Lannister, but honestly, you're proving he's killed one person on screen. Literally.
No, he has a reputation, though.
He
Not
might have
true.
a reputation.
Hold on a second. He killed his cousin on screen. He's killed several people on screen.
And it's the whole reputation that precedes him, though.
I just gave you at least 2.
Who's the 2?
The Mad King, his cousin, right? When he went into the battle against the Blackfish, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Like there's several instances when he fought when he
killed a bitch.
When Ned was sitting there, he killed it.
He killed a motherfucker who wasn't fighting back.
He killed people when he was going against Ned.
He killed a motherfucker that was not fighting back. All
I'm saying is that you have this flawed logic into that character.
I would imagine in the book too, there's a much more established character of Jaime Lannister with 2 hands, and it's like, well, but the deal is Jon Snow by
final fight.
Oh shit.
Jaqen H'ghar,
Ooh.
the man with no face, versus Cold Hands, Uncle Benjen.
Uncle Benjen. This honestly would be a good fight.
So I am going to start this off, and I think simply because. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. Jaqen H'ghar, and I think it's honestly because he has the ability to take on.
So for some reason the computer reset and I don't have any idea why it did that.
But at least we have.
But you were making a point about Jaqen H'ghar and Cold Hands?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so okay, I was just saying Jaqen H'ghar is a trained assassin, like that's his life. And so while Cold Hands is fucking Cold Hands, I do think Jaqen H'ghar would have like the advantage there where he could very easily I don't know, like fucking trick Cold Hands into thinking he's someone trustworthy and then just, like, slice, like, real quick.
Yeah, I mean, like, I say that too, but it's like, I go on Matt's whole thing about the whole Overeem Martell thing, that he would have something like, a dagger with some fucking, like, venom on that shit.
Yeah.
Or some kind of poison. And I just think Jaqen H'ghar he'd probably come out the winner on that. I just think so.
I agree.
Matt?
What about, I'm taking Jaqen H'ghar.
Okay. Why? Why though? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm taking Jaqen Hagar because he is the man with no face. He can literally transform into any situation, and he'll just kill everybody.
Yeah.
Truth.
All the time. The man has a debt. A man will kill 3 people for you. It's just killed 3 people.
Like he just does it. Like it's not even.
Like,
it's not even like a
no
debate.
question.
He's like, no, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So unanimously,
Jaqen
Jaqen Hagar.
So,
Also, hold up. Before we continue, can we please talk about the enormous wasp that we saw outside?
Oh Jesus.
That shit was so gross, and it was on Quincy's back.
I can't
What
believe
the
I
fuck?
went to the pits with that motherfucker on my back.
I know, dude. It was just like on
was
you.
just chilling.
It was just on you.
I guess I'm the wasp
Ew.
whisperer.
Ugh, it was like the biggest wasp.
yeah, that's
Matt,
not how that works.
Okay.
You
okay.
informed us that it was a Japanese wasp.
Japanese
I don't know
wasp.
why we're being racist about it, Matt. But
It's not racist,
I'm
it's
just
what it's
kidding.
called.
It's what it
I'm
is.
just kidding. No, so you noted it had like a purple head and it had like a huge fucking body. It was easily like an inch
So-
long.
That thing was big as fuck.
I
It was a big
inadvertently skipped a fight on purpose.
Why?
Wait, you inadvertently did it on purpose?
Yup.
Cherish you.
Tormund versus Brienne of Tarth.
Oh man.
Fair enough. God, fair enough. Okay, so are we taking his affection for her into play here or not at all? We're just looking at him like stats.
Just
no
stats.
Then Tormund. Unfortunately, Brienne of Tarth is like one of the most badass motherfuckers, but like Tormund is the, he lives beyond the wall. He's had to deal with White Walkers all the damn time. Like he just knows, like he can just slay shit and it's like not even a thing.
So I'm going to go on the exact opposite of that. And that Brienne of Tarth beat the Hound. Mm-hmm. Right? Didn't just beat him. Beat him soundly.
Right.
Right? And that she's killed many a man
Yes.
with the Oathkeeper.
God, she does. Ugh. I love her so much.
So, I love me some Tormund. But Brienne is going to kill his ass.
You know what? I was gonna come off with the same whole, you know.
Like Tormund's
other
like
side.
He's like lived beyond the wall. He's
I
he's
get
had to
that.
deal with
I
like
get
fucking
that.
White Walkers.
I get that. I get it, but he hasn't. We ain't seen this motherfucker kill no White Walker.
Not well. That's
or we
true.
didn't see him fight one. Brienne, on the other hand, she's fought
And with Oathkeeper,
a
she
motherfucker that gives no fucks who you are
the Hound. Yeah.
and survive.
And he
Not
just-
just survive, but win. You know what I mean? Win. So it's
And we're talking about another fighter in this. Like,
another fighter
here's the
that she
thing.
just moved on.
No
you know
other
what I mean?
fighter inside of this tournament has actually fought against a person who's in the tournament. And she legit beat another
Like she
guy.
actually
and
did.
she
Not just
legit
beat him,
him.
but beat a guy who advanced in this tournament.
Yes.
Well,
you,
fuck,
you
I
can't
guess-
not advance her.
Yeah.
right
When
now.
you put it
I'm gonna
it
say
that
Brienne.
way.
I'm gonna say Brienne.
The quarterfinals.
Are we in the quarters?
We're now into the next round.
What about the
So how do you
super
feel about
fight?
the fights that went so far? The super fights at the end. The super fight, super
Oh,
fight.
okay.
That's like the super. It's like the Super Bowl of fighting, Quincy. Super fight.
Well, no, not the Super Bowl fighting, but Super.
The super fight, Quincy.
Who do you think out of the 16 should have made it through that didn't?
So, let me look at the.
I think Cold Hands should have made it through. The only reason he didn't make it through is because he was fighting Jaqen Hagar. But put up against almost anybody else, I think that
He probably wins.
Well, okay, that's fair enough.
I'm gonna say Oberyn Martell. Oberyn,
That's a good choice.
that's a good choice.
That is a really
I'm gonna
good
say
choice.
Oberyn Martell, definitely. I mean, you put him against anybody else. I just think in that fight he loses.
All right, so I'm gonna say against other people, Euron Greyjoy might not have been so fucked up. I don't know.
I just don't think there's enough screen time to
No.
have
Well,
pulled
not
off.
yet,
Well,
but
not
like,
just to say screen
but like
time.
this is the deal. I mean, and I'm an idiot because I haven't read the books, but I mean, what is Euron like in the books though? I feel like
His name's Euron Croizoi, and he's fucking incredible.
like that's the whole
Just
thing.
the worst.
I feel like he actually would have a chance were it not for his fight against Ramsay Bolton.
So, in
Right.
the quarterfinals, so we have 4 fights based on seeds.
Hold on, wait a second. I just gotta say this. It's Candyman.
Candyman is incredible.
Oh, bro.
Plus, the guy's trying to bang his sister, which is weird.
He's
Ugh.
weird as fuck.
Then again, here we are talking about Game of Thrones. So,
Right.
so who are we?
Who are we?
Let's talk about Fight 4. Brienne of Tarth versus the man with no face. Jaqen H'ghar.
Shit.
I think that Brienne is just trusting enough to get murdered by Jaqen H'ghar.
I think so too.
Because
I think he shows up in like, you know, Lady
He's
Stark's
Sansa,
face,
or
he's
yeah.
Sansa,
Yeah.
or you know what I'm saying, he shows up like that,
Arya.
or Arya, and he stabs the fuck out of it. That's
But doesn't a face have to be slain for him to take it?
No.
So Catelyn Stark, then he can.
He can be Catelyn Stark.
Yeah.
But doesn't he have to have the face to do it? So he can't take a familiar face, but he can take any other face. And I don't know if Brienne is trusting enough to take in a face like that. You know whose face he could take right now?
Who's?
He could take Theon Greyjoy's,
How?
Good.
kill him, take his face. And then he could come at... She knows that face. That's a familiar face he could take. Theon can't beat...
So, remind me again, I'm sorry, when did Brienne know Theon Greyjoy?
Remember when she saved Sansa after she escaped from Ramsay
Oh,
Bolton?
yeah. Okay, so most recently. Yeah, he could.
That's a face he could take. But how would he know to take that face? So for me, he'd have to take some very literal, like sneaky snakes, go in there and try to kill her as a stranger. Mm-hmm. Brienne is a hell of a fist fighter.
Very hell.
Dude, she's so baller.
But I think that Jaqen H'ghar kills her on the stranger aspect.
Yeah.
I could see that. Damn it, I don't want to see it. God, I love Brienne so much.
So, Jaqen H'ghar makes it to the semifinals. Let's take Fight 2. Bronn of the Blackwater versus the Mountain.
The mountain. The mountain.
Yeah, mountain all day.
The
I'm
mountain.
sorry. Yeah, mountain all day.
mountain.
Is that even like a contest? I feel bad for Bronn, honestly.
I really do. That's the mountain.
I think the Mountain brutalizes Bronn.
Brutalized.
There's no amount of trickery that can occur in there that would...
Nah.
I don't even think he would have a time to like come up with a trick. He would just fucking obliterate him.
Fight 1. Ramsay Bolton versus the Hound.
The Hound.
Hound.
The Hound.
Because Hound's a fucking savage.
The Hound is fucking savage.
Sandor Clegane.
Are you just trying to say that Sandor
Clegane.
Clegane is a bigger savage than the fucking Ramsay Bolton?
Yeah, because Ramsay has to be in a controlled environment where he is the one doing the torturing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because then that's why he
and
lost
it's
to
gonna
Jon Snow.
Yeah,
because
yeah. And I
like
just
after
think,
his little head games were up, like, you know, he was fucked.
I just think he can't pull enough head games on the Hound.
Because the Hound is like, fuck it, like
But,
fuck
yeah,
all
like,
of
he's
this,
like, fuck it.
like
You
I
know
got
what
my
mean?
face burned as a kid, like I'm this big ass.
There's nothing
like,
that he could do to the Hound to like, you know.
yeah,
just-
well, if he could if they were at like the Dreadfort and he had him tied up on something,
Yeah,
but
maybe,
like that's
but
not gonna
that's
fucking
not gonna
happen.
Do you guys
happen.
remember the Battle of Blackwater?
Vaguely, yes.
Yes.
Who ran?
Well, okay, so it was.
Did the Hound
So
run?
it was the Hound.
The Hound.
But it was
ran?
because he was. I felt like he wasn't pleased with his like obligations there, and he was like, you know what, fuck the Lannisters, fuck all of this. I feel like he even said that at one point. He was like, fuck all of this. I'm being my own man. I'm gonna eat all the fucking chickens. And you know what? Like he was pissed that fucking Arya. He had to
Dude.
like deal with her.
In a hand-to-hand fight,
Hound all day.
the Hound is going to go.
I took the Hound. I just wanted to make you think about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. And
this
I
is
had forgotten.
what I figure is going to be the fight of fights. Fight number 3. Khal Drogo versus the King of the North, Jon Snow.
Ooh.
Shit.
So,
I'm leaning toward like I'm not gonna make a decision on this yet. We need to relay all the facts that we have.
he said
all
after
the
immediately
facts.
writing off Jaime Lannister.
Oh no, I immediately wrote off Jaime Lannister. I think Jon Snow would come out in that win. Period. I think Jon Snow would beat him. Period. This right here, though.
I think Jon Snow wins. And here's why I think he wins.
That's what I'm leaning towards. So
Giants, White Walkers, Night's Watchmen, Ramsay Bolton.
coming back from the dead.
Truth.
That man is going to massacre Khal Drogo. Khal Drogo gets some licks in,
Oh yeah, of course.
right? But he's going to get a definitive death blow
Oh, absolutely.
as a sword through the throat from Jon Snow.
So, I'm going to counter that simply with Khal Drogo's size.
Wow.
I'm just,
Wow.
I'm
His
just,
size. We just said giants.
but
we said
I'm
giant.
gonna say with someone as savage as Khal Drogo and somebody just honestly like he could eat Jon Snow. I actually saw, and maybe this is what's tainting my thought process. I saw a picture of the actors standing side by side like today on Instagram or some shit. And like John, like
Kit Harington is small.
He's small.
He's small.
he's real small.
He's Kilby small.
Yeah, like he's a little guy. He's just a little guy,
Yeah,
and
but he's faster. It'd be almost like a
So,
David versus
I
Goliath
don't
type.
know.
I don't know that
I
he
don't
is
know
faster.
if he is fat. Yeah, like I don't know because I honestly feel like for someone as savage as like the horse lord Khal Drogo, who's killed so many men that his braid is fucking down his ass crack, like I don't think Jon Snow actually has a
I think you're
chance.
gay for Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just. he's not a bad looking dude. He's kind of goofy.
Say you wouldn't take that dick.
I probably wouldn't because he's horrifying. He's a horrifying individual. However, I do think he's just like this big ass dude who would just be like, no.
Well,
How
seeing
is
as Jon
Hold
Snow
on a
could be your
second.
brother, so
How is
I
that on the
understand.
show that there's more dudes?
Go ahead. Are you
Wait a
referring to
minute.
that?
Wait a minute.
The
How
curls. The curls.
Girls, that's fair enough.
How is it
The
there's
curls.
more dudes in the show that will fuck than she will?
I think you guys are just comfortable in your sexuality, and that's beautiful. I'm just so proud of you both. You know?
That's so PC. It makes me want
It
to
is.
vomit.
It's terrible.
Like I just want to gouge my ass out with a fucking
you guys,
bottle
you guys
opener.
are just so sweet. Look at you. Oh, so PC.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let's get it. Eyeballs gone. Let's
You get the whole pop.
Caitlin, you get this treatment.
All right, so we're saying Jon Snow in this fight.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm saying Khal Drogo.
You're saying Khal Drogo. I'm saying
Jon Snow split
So-
decision.
I'm saying
Jon Snow passes.
So let's go through our first super fight.
Super fight! I feel like there needs to be...
The Onion Knight
Ooh,
versus the Blackfish.
this is such a good fucking fight, though. This is such a good fucking fight.
Hold on. Is there reading involved?
No.
Alright. Otherwise, the Onion Knight would be super fucked.
Well, I don't necessarily know that
I'm
without the
all
reading that he's not super fucked anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
Because the Blackfish
The
is my
Blackfish
man's
is the
from
fucking
13th Warrior.
Yes.
First of all.
Yes, it is.
Truth.
It's a good day to die. Don't worry, little brother. There are more.
Yeah.
So let's like hold on a second. First of all, that movie gets trashed. It's a great movie.
Yes.
No, they are, actually my father has me, Poppy has me commanded to do this at his funeral. I have to give the Vikings prayer, right?
Really?
No, there do I see my father.
Oh.
No, there do I see my mother and my brothers and my sisters. No, there do I see the line of my people. Back to the beginning. No, they do call to me. They bid me take my place among them in the halls of Valhalla, where the brave may live forever.
What? That shit is sick.
That's a really...
Witness me.
Witness me!
Witness
Witness me.
Media.
I've had that memorized since I was
Mediocre.
like 15.
It's awesome.
When are you gonna get it tattooed on you?
Well, it's a movie line, so probably never.
That
Never,
would be
ever?
a sick tattoo. Though,
I feel like if you do it right,
if
I
you
mean,
do it right.
you know.
What? No, there do I see my father? No, there do I see my mother and my brothers and my sisters?
Just put it in a place.
No, there do I see the line of my people back to the beginning? No, there did you call to me? No, they bid pick my place among them in the halls of Valhalla where the brave may live forever.
You could
That's
always
going to
just
be a
say,
huge spot, and it's going to look like shit.
You
No,
could
it wouldn't.
just make sure you put it in a place where all of
I'm
the
saying
girls
the
you're fucking
motherfucker can
see,
write
and they're like,
small,
no,
you
their
know what I'm
CI
saying?
father?
If a
What?
motherfucker could write small, you know what I mean? It could work.
That's a dumbass tattoo.
It might be, but it's not. I think that shit's pretty hard. That's pretty hard, dog. That's pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. That's
You're hard
as
as a
shit.
thought right now.
No, I'm not.
Quincy,
Out of
put
control,
your boner
man.
away.
You guys are crazy.
Love you, Quincy.
You guys are crazy.
All right, what was
The semifinals. No, the fight.
The fight?
Yeah, we haven't picked anybody.
So I'm gonna take the Blackfish. I'm gonna take the Blackfish because he's the Tully warrior. He's the guy who is the he's been defending the castle. His sister is Caitlyn Stark.
This is his niece.
Well,
Yeah, he's an old dude.
a person.
He's
his
old.
niece.
But he's like the warrior of warriors.
But
It
he's
still
warrior
took.
of warriors. I mean, he's been through how many wars? This is like a
He held
fucking
that
World
castle.
War II vet that lasted until fucking Gulf War II.
It's a good day to die.
yeah, I mean, like, he's that kind of warrior, you know what I mean? He's lasted through how many winters?
And he straight up just told Jaime Lannister he was a pussy.
yes, to
You're
his
a
face.
fucking pussy. And the Onion Knight, I really like that actor.
Dude,
and I really like that character.
love the
I like
Onion
the
Knight.
character as well.
Dude.
And the Onion Knight is baller, and he has his own like really comeuppance. As in that, like I fully believe that he'll strangle Melisandre to death if she ever crosses comes.
Yes.
Like just
hates her
bare,
so much.
bare hand strangle,
If he ever comes back, he's gonna fucking kill that.
grudge fuck to death.
Yes, like he might
He
rape her
hates her so much,
and
dude.
kill her at the same time.
He hates her a lot.
But at the same time, I just think that the Blackfish is a better fighter.
That sounds accurate. Especially because, so, timeline-wise, like in the book, I don't know who has more, like, battle experience, like, age-wise.
The
but I
Onion
feel
Knight
like,
was not a fighter. He was a smuggler.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a pirate, yeah. I feel like, no, I think you're absolutely right with the wait, I'm
Blackfish.
sorry. I got so distracted.
You're so
These
drunk.
aren't actors. These are real people. Deal-com.
DealDash.com.
Yeah, no. Blackfish. Catelyn Tully's uncle / brother.
The
I don't know.
semifinals. Let's not violate copyright. So it's like $250,000 every time we do that.
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
risking that
no,
shit.
I'm
I'm not trying to
paying
get
that
sued.
shit.
We have like 6
definitely
viewers.
not
I'm
trying
not.
That's why I haven't said let's get ready to not saying it.
Let's get ready to arbitrarily decide victors. So,
Let's get ready to throw down.
the semis. The semis are pretty lit, actually. So I'll give you the first fight. I'm gonna go with fight 2. It's fucked.
Who is it?
The
dude?
fight is just fucking jacked.
Who do we have?
The Mountain
versus Jack and Hagar.
versus Jack and Hagar.
Oh man, this is insane right
Oh,
here. Like,
fuck.
let's think about this.
No, I
You
have a
can't
pick
take
already.
anybody's face because the Mountain's not gonna give a fuck
Yeah,
whose
no,
face you take.
I have a pick already.
You know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
I know who it is.
I know who I'm gonna take.
I know who I'm taking too.
So, Jack and Hagar is the man with no face, and he's a venerated assassin, and he's easily one of the more associable guys towards just ultimate victory. I feel like if he didn't land in this side of the fight, that he could be the victor. However,
Yeah.
I think that the Mountain is so arbitrary in the way that he just kills everything
He's a machine.
He doesn't care.
that he's just gonna crush his skull and smash him against a wall.
Yeah, that's
Yo.
exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
And
there's no tricking
like,
the Mountain.
Like I'm
There's
gonna say this: Jack and Hagar, the weakness that he has is that his resources are spent right now. His resources are spent because there's no face that he can take. There's nothing he can do. in a hand-to-hand fight with this man, you're dead. Period.
Truly.
Period.
Mountain's fucking huge. Also, just even if he were just a regular arbitrary killer who was like, I don't care, I'm just gonna kill everyone. Like, you take into account his size, and it's like, yeah, you're done.
So,
Mountain.
The Mountain unanimous decision. So, you have on one hand the Hound, and on the other hand, the King of the North.
Oh no!
Oh man!
Shit.
I think that this goes down to the wire. They're bleeding out, literally, both of them, and somehow Jon Snow slits this man's
God,
throat.
he has such a boner for Jon Snow.
Here's where I'm gonna end up agreeing with him.
It's somehow.
I think that the Hound whips Jon Snow's ass.
Yes, but somehow
Just
Jon
beats
comes
the
out.
fuck out of him.
Jon comes
And
out
then
the
all of a
victory.
sudden, Jon backstrokes for the fucking the throat slit kill, or fucking jabs his sword through his eye or something. In the the most desperate of moments, Jon Snow is the one that ends up gouging the Hound with his sword.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I feel like the show has trained you guys to think this because
How?
Because Jon Snow came back from death. He's been in perilous, very perilous situations before.
Brienne of Tarth beat this man. Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah, because she's a fucking savage, and she's like.
Yeah, but
so
Jon Snow slays her.
He's just so small.
He might be small, but he's a master swordsman, and
you know what?
Fucking killed White
God, as much as I hate to buy into this fucking drinking the Kool-Aid bullshit, I think you guys are
and
right.
drinking the Kool-Aid. It's drinking the motherfucking.
No.
It's drinking the motherfucking Oktoberfest.
Yeah,
that's what's in.
Super fight. Super fight.
Okay.
So, Cold Hands, Uncle Benjen
Oh, you're just making up one.
versus
Yeah, he's just bullshitting.
Oberyn Martell.
Ooh. I don't know, man.
I
don't know.
I
So-
I can't pick a winner.
I have a winner.
And you know what? I think I'm taking Oberyn Martell in this.
I am too.
I think I'm taking Oberyn Martell.
But I'm not.
Why?
Because Cold Hands is already dead.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Mm-hmm.
There's no poison that's going to kill him.
You're right.
There's no knife wound that's going to take him out.
Right.
And he's just
like-
going to take
he's like
that
a
flaming
supernatural
cudgel and just
weirdo.
fucking just take him out. I think that Cold
I'm going with
Hands
Cold
actually
Hands.
beats
Oberyn
Martell.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I'm in the whole thing of where the length of the whole lance and things like that. Like I'm there with you on that one. I don't think he gets inside that shit. I don't think he gets inside it. I think he cuts his head off with that shit.
Okay.
Just me, period. I think he cuts his head off with it.
Split decision.
And we're not talking about the Oberyn that we're talking about the Oberyn's all business, not gloating, not that kind of thing. My sister, what was her name? Type of shit. I'm not feeling that. I'm talking about the Oberyn Martell that's out to get some. You know what I'm saying? I think he cuts his head off.
Fair enough.
Split decision.
Mm-hmm.
For Cold Hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uncle Benjen.
So,
Benjen.
we've been through 16 fighters.
We're down to the last fight.
And 3 rounds. The last fight.
Man, this is gonna be a wild one right here. This is gonna be wild.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I haven't been.
King of the North.
It's still gonna be wild.
King of the North. Jon Snow. Versus the immovable mountain.
Okay.
Oh,
Quincy. Let's take a
Quincy.
let's hold on. Like I just said, let's take a Oberyn Martell, who's not gloating.
But you took that fight.
Who's not gloating? I picked the mountain. Well, I mean, who's not gloating, and put Jon Snow in that position. You put Jon Snow in that position.
And he gets cleaved in half.
You think so?
Yes.
Why?
Because the mountain
Look at his
does
size.
not give a fuck about
doesn't
where
care.
you're from, what you do,
That's cool.
or your skill set.
That's cool.
He's just gonna take that big ass fucking
I
sword
understand
and
that.
cleave you fucking in
I
half.
get that, but you put Jon Snow
He's
in the
not gonna let
position
it
that
go.
Oberyn
Oh my
Martell was in. Oberyn Martell beat this fucking motherfucker.
How
and
did he do
should have
it?
beat him.
Quincy.
And all he had to do was stab that fucking lance in his fucking
With a
face.
spear.
And it was over.
Not a sword.
10 feet away, right?
Yeah,
With
not a
poisonous
sword.
spear.
But Oberyn Martell was also faster than he was. And Jon Snow is faster than the mountain.
He's not gonna let it go.
Period.
God.
I'm not gonna let it go. This is the motherfucking king of the north. He's
girls
gonna be king of the
Kit
seven
Harington
kingdoms. Fuck all that. Jon Snow, goddamn. Jon Snow. Jon Snow. John motherfucking Snow.
Mountain.
Taking the
Not really.
mountain, yeah.
John
So
motherfucking Snow. The funny thing is that both of them will come back from the dead.
the winner of the Game of
the
Thrones
winner is the
versus
mountain,
tournament
goddamn it. Fuck
is
it.
the one that I, the Mad Matt, Alpha of all Nats, proclaimed the mountain.
We do love the mountain, though. God bless him.
Do you know what's gonna be funny?
Shame.
Jon Snow kills this
Shame.
man.
Shame.
I bet
Shame.
she's raping that
Shame.
bitch right now as we speak.
Jon Snow is killing the mountain?
No, the mountain is raping that motherfucking
Shame.
nun.
Oh.
It's rough.
That's not feminist
That's
porn.
rough. With that zombie penis.
Ew, it's probably like shedding in her. Oh, God.
I like how you took it to the extra dark place,
Yeah,
like none of
very
us were
dark.
thinking, but you took
Like
it there.
his skin, when you say zombie, I think skin falling off and like.
His skin is falling off. Have you seen the man's eyes? It's like a greenish shit.
Yeah, dude.
like this man's shedding all over the motherfucking
Ew.
place.
No,
I bet you when he takes that helmet off, it's gonna take his face with it.
Ew, it's like this.
You saw his face. It's already half gone.
True.
Dude, his oh god, what was I gonna, have you guys seen the actors like it's like a fake water commercial with his like 50-pound water
Yes.
jugs. This is such a ding dong. Thor Bjornsson is his name, I think.
Yeah, Quincy wants to fight him. Just on an ulterior motive.
I'm not
and,
fighting that motherfucker.
Quincy
I'll shoot
said
his
that
ass.
Thor Bjornsson is a bitch and that he would like to fight him in the streets.
Yeah.
And if he could come to his house and beat him up, that would be perfect.
144 Johnson Street.
I don't say where you live.
I don't give a fuck.
This is the internet. There's strangers and Thors and Draculas.
Draculas are going to send Ted Kaczynski bombs to
I
your
live
house.
that pew pew life. Feel free. Feel free.
I can't wait till he's huffing anthrax.
Everyone's like, ooh.
Feel free.
I think I threw
Everybody's
that
sending me
there.
anthrax. We're not that popular.
We'll send him anthrax.
You guys will.
For my address.
I'm definitely not opening it.
It's going to be a glitter bomb mixed with anthrax. I get you on 2 levels. So,
Fucking nightmare.
this has been a special presentation by the Fat Entitled Bastards. We appreciate your viewership, and we really want you to keep subscribing and keep putting in there and listening to us talk about shit.
Like, comment,
And
subscribe.
We're gonna keep
Yes.
getting drunk and like recording these things, so you might as well be a part. And if you put forward enough comments, I will invite you on the show. How's about them apples?
You can get drunk
Share
with
it on
us.
Facebook, put it on Twitter, or whatever. If you're the person that puts out the most like propaganda towards the Fat Entitled Bastard, we'll get you on this show.
Definitely.
Heyo.
And also, I would like to say formally that you're all fucktards.